So first you want to add in some non-fat Greek yogurt. It's totally up to you if you want to get the yogurt with fruit or without fruit. I'm kind of using strawberries. I do like to use the kind with fruit, but really it's completely up to you whether you like the fruit in it or not. I already have the frozen fruit in there because just to give it some time to thaw a little bit, because that is frozen fruit, it is not fresh fruit. I already put that in there just so it'll be prepared for the video, but before you get started you do want to just put the frozen fruit in there first. Some advantages to frozen fruit is, for one thing, that it's already sliced for you. You can keep it for a long time. I have some just individual strawberries, and then there's also a bag of a summer blend. The blends are good because then you already have all the fruit you need right there. But you can also use frozen fruit if you want. Now with frozen fruit you should use ice and put that in the bottom first, but with frozen fruit you don't need any ice. You also need some kind of juice. I have V8 Fusion, cranberry grape, really any kind of fruit juice that you prefer you can use. Next thing you want to do is kind of push everything to the bottom with a fork or spoon or something. Make sure that the blender is not on. And then you go ahead and pour that juice in till, it's at least covering the fruit. You go ahead and put that lid on and hit the smoothie button or whatever button you have. I mean, blenders are all pretty different, but whatever kind of blender smoothie setting you have, you go ahead and use that setting. And you want to let it blend for maybe 20 seconds, a little more, a little less, until it's all beginning to turn one color. Then you go ahead and check on it. And swish it around, see how it's moving. You want it to be kind of thick. You don't want it too much like a juice, but you also don't want it so thick that you cannot pour it. Just blending it again for another 20 or 30 seconds. Then what I'm going to do here is add a little bit of more fruit. That's all basically based on preference. If you want a little thicker like I do, just add a few pieces of fruit in the middle. Normally I pretty much have to do this every time I make a smoothie. I usually don't get the exact amount right the first time, but just add a few more pieces and go ahead and blend it again. The goal is to not have large chunks of fruit or large chunks of ice. You just want it all blended up really good. Last little touch we're going to do here is totally optional, add in some honey. The honey is a good alternative sweetener to sugar. It's just, if you like your smoothie a little sweeter and it's still keeping the smoothie healthy by just adding honey instead of using sugar or Splenda or something. You basically just, put in however much you like. A tablespoon is usually sufficient, and you just go ahead and blend that until that's all blended up in there, because it tends to sink or get sticky sometimes, so you want to blend that as soon as you get that in there. At this point the smoothie is probably blended about to where it needs to be. One way to check is to swirl it around a bit, make sure it's moving around in there, it's not just a big clump sitting in there. I'll show the inside, make sure it's just one full smoothie. And you pretty much pour it up and enjoy it. That's pretty much it.